So in the last video that I did, I showed you how to get your data in a form that is great for repeated measures ANOVA. So I thought that I would also show you how to do that repeated measures ANOVA in R. So the two packages that you want to load that just make your life a little bit easier are going to be these two packages. So the first one you want is lme4, and the second one, just to make your output a little easier to read, is going to be the lmerTest. So once you have those loaded, we'll just load them right now, what you're going to want to do is build your model. So this RMA model is going to be our repeated measures ANOVA. So we're going to use the lmer function, and we're going to put our outcome variable, so the values of our ice cream ratings, over here, little tilde, and then we're going to put the IND, which if you remember is the category of ice cream that got that rating. The thing that makes this a repeated measures ANOVA is that we are allowing people to have their own intercept. So, for example, your best friend may be lactose intolerant and they may hate ice cream. So no matter what you give them, they're going to rate it very low because they know that it is going to give them an upset stomach. However, you may also have someone who loves ice cream. They would eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner if they could. So the repeated measures ANOVA essentially lets you account for that. It lets you account for the changes between people since we measured everyone for every ice cream. We just want to know, do people tend to like ice cream B more whether you love ice cream or you hate ice cream? And that's what this repeated measures ANOVA allows you to do. So the way that you do this is going to be right here. So you want to put a 1 up here saying that that's the intercept. You're going to put this little pipe character here, and then whatever the identifier is. So in our case, it's ID to tell us, okay, we want a random intercept for every single participant. So we're going to run that. And then let's see our output. Okay, so just want to note here that the lmerTest function is overriding the ANOVA function for this random effects model, and that's the reason why we get over here an F value and a P value. If you didn't load that lmerTest, you're not going to get those values, but you should get all of the other same information for the model. So let's look at our model really quickly so we can see that our term for IND, which remember is ice cream flavors, is indeed significant. So it looks like there is a significant effect of ice cream. There is one ice cream that people like more than another. So before we finish, I just want to show you why we do this. So down here, I ran the normal non-repeated measures ANOVA. So this is just taking all of the ratings for the ice creams and measuring it by, type of ice cream. So as I run this, I just want to point something out. So if you look at this, you see, okay, well, our sums of squares is the same, 32.346. Up here, 32.346. And our mean squared error is the same, of course, because we also have the same number of degrees of freedom. But what's different here is our F value and our P values. And the reason that these are different, remember, an F value is the ratio of the amount of variance that your model accounts for over the amount of variance that, quote, error accounts for. And the reason why it's significant here in our repeated measures model versus here in our non-repeated measures model is because essentially in the repeated measures model, you're taking out that amount of variance that's due to your best friend hating ice cream and someone else loving ice cream. So the, quote, error variance is going to be smaller, and of course that will result in a larger F value. So that's the reason why we do a repeated measures ANOVA when we can. We just want to make sure that we're not counting random people's variation as, quote, error variation, since we can account for that. All right, have a great day.